Hi, VC Angel back again. Today I'm going to bring you another video. I haven't been back. I've been very busy these past few weeks, but I got a whole bunch of stuff I want to show you guys, and I have a pretty good stack here. I hope you like it. So let's start right off showing you what I got. First is a couple of CDs that I got. I hardly buy CDs, but if I get them for cheap, that they are these days, I get them. I already have this on vinyl, but I wanted to get this. This is a reissue. This is not the original. It is Journey's Greatest Hits, and this one has a bonus track, "When You Love a Woman." In the original CD, that song wasn't in it, but I have it. I mentioned it a couple of times. This was one of my mom's, my family's first CD purchases. This one and Steve Perry Street Talk, when we first got our first CD player at home, and we played this a lot back in the day, and it's really one of the best greatest hits albums out there. I'm still trying to get an OG copy. They're very cheap. I can find that easily. But yeah, greatest hits Journey. Next is a another CD that I got. I mentioned a lot before. I'm a huge fan of Rock Candy CD. Rock Candy is a UK rock magazine. You could get it physically or digitally, and they also have a CD record label that they reissue, remaster many obscure and all these hair glam metals from the late 80s, early 90s, and they sound amazing. I really like it. And most of them have extra bonus material. Not all of them, but some of them. This time I got Heaven's Edge, their debut album. I do also own this on vinyl, but I really enjoy this album. Great band, underrated in my opinion. So yeah, I had Rock Candy's remaster CD of Heaven's Edge debut album. Okay, let me go show you now what I got on vinyl. A couple of weeks ago, or you could say a month ago, Amazon had like from a 50 to 65% off most of their physical media, especially vinyl records, and I did manage to grab two. That was on my cart for a long time. I was waiting for a price drop, and I was so glad I waited. I only have one album from this band. It's a synth pop band from the early '80s, and it's a box set. That album's also here, but I needed all of the rest. I really enjoyed this band, this group, and I was raised when I was a child, listening to their music, and I'm talking about the Human League, and this is the Virgin years. It's their whole discography from the early 80s. You have all the albums here. You have Dare, Fascination, Hysteria, Crash. That's the one that I own, an OG copy of Crash, and Romantic that was released back in the early 90s. So yeah, I'm so glad. I paid like $65. This um, box set goes for 100 something retail price, but Amazon it price drops so low, so I had to get it. It was a no-brainer. A brand new sealed, so yeah, like I said, like $65. So it was, come on. You have here 5 albums for $65. I'm so glad I got that. Okay. Next is another Amazon deal that I got. Another one that I was waiting to get. When it first came out, it went out of print. Then it got repressed again, but still was kind of pricey for me. And another one that I really got so cheap, I think I paid like $40, something like that. And I'm talking about Madonna Celebration. This is a 4 LP greatest hits album. She also has the Immaculate Collection. I also have that one on CD and vinyl. But those songs are remixes. They're not the original songs from the studio albums, but this one does. All the songs in this album are the original studio album versions, not the remix as the Immaculate Collection. So, and plus there's also more songs from her later albums, not only the early 80s stuff. So you can see this is a complete greatest hits album from her. So I'm pretty happy. Uh, I love Madonna. I was also raised listening to all that kind of music, and nowadays I'm more of a metal or hard rock guy, but still I have that music deep in my heart. Next is a you could say a Grail. This is an unofficial pressing. I still want to get an OG copy, but it's very expensive and very hard to get. But at least I got an OG. I know some friends of mine got it. I heard that it sounds great. It comes with a poster and talk about the Action Heroes soundtrack, the movie. I also have a CD, original CD, but I wanted to get it on vinyl, so here it is. Unofficial, but like I said, what can I say? If I can get an OG copy, obviously I'm gonna jump on that. I don't know if this ever gonna get reissued. I heard I love the movie. Don't get me wrong. For me, it's like a cult classic. But sadly, this movie bombed at the at the box office. But anyway, it's a fun movie. And another thing that I noticed, they redid the back cover, not the original back cover from the original copy of vinyl, and they misprint the name Def Leppard. So there's the Def Leppard song here, Two Step Behind, the acoustic version. And instead of writing Def Leppard, they put, I can see right there, it says Def Leopard. I said leopard. Anyway, it's funny. So they misprint that one. But anyway, the music what counts, whatever. But yeah, pretty happy to got that. Okay, this is another album that I really wanted to get for a long time. It was in my to get list, and I've seen that it's dropping in price quite a lot lately. It's a live album. I'm not a big fan of live albums. I do like most of them, like Kiss Alive, Live After Death. That's my favorite one. Judas Priest, you name it. There are a couple of great live albums. Don't get me wrong, and this is one of them that I really want to get. And I found this one on eBay, sealed, brand new, very cheap. And I'll talk about Dawkins, Beast from the East, live in Japan. Yep. Beast from the East. Yep, Beast from the East. And I really wanted to get this one for a long time now. I don't have it on any media, so this is one of those albums that I really needed for my Dawkins collection I was missing. And like I said, it's brand new, sealed, still with shrink, with the hype sticker. So yeah, I cannot wait to open it and listen to it. And yeah, so happy to have that one. Okay, next I'm going to show you two albums that I really wanted to get. These two albums are original German pressings. I already have two original pressings, but they're Korean. But they're heavily censored. They're missing songs and added songs that are not in the original format than when they got pressed. And just recently, one of them is getting reissued. It's coming out in March. And I'm talking about for me, one of the best vocals from this type of music. And I'm talking about Still Heart. This is their debut album. This is the original German pressing. And the reason I did this is getting reissued by Pious America. It's getting reissued. I also pre-ordered that one. The only reason I went and got the original, even though I'm gonna get the reissue, is because I noticed that it's still missing one song, just like the Korean pressing. The Korean pressing has all the songs except the last song on side B, and that song is called Down and Dirty. I guess it was because, I don't know if it's explicit or something, it got censored out of the Korean pressing, but the original US and German pressings have it. It's complete, just like it was supposed to come out. I have a cassette and CD, and it's included there. So when I saw that it was getting reissued, I was very happy. But then I looked into it after I pre-ordered it. It's also missing that song. So I'm guessing. I guess it has to. They have gotten the copy or the original master tape from the Korean pressing instead of the U.S. or German pressings. I don't know. So I said, F it. I'm gonna get the complete original pressing. And the U.S. pressing, this is a club edition. It has a different cover. But this is the typical cover that came out. So yeah, I'm so happy. And it's still in shrink. It's almost brand new. So I'm so happy I got this one. And also, I got their second album, Tango and Rains. It's also an original German pressing. And again, I have a bootleg, an official pressing of this. I have the Korean pressing, and this one is even worse. So in the Korean pressing, it's missing a whole bunch of songs. Only one or two songs from this album is in the Korean pressing, and the rest of the songs are songs from the first album. So I'm like, what the heck? So yeah, it's crazy that in Korea they have tend to do that a lot with some, not all of them, but some of their pressings are not full in detail. They're missing some songs or they have switched songs. I don't know. But I'm so happy. This one is like near mint. I'm so happy I got this one. And yeah, I guess if they're gonna reissue the first one, I think and I hope this is gonna get reissued also. Uh, but I don't think they'll do the same thing though with the first one, that is one song missing anyway. But I'm so glad I really got it. Anyway, next is another Grail that I really wanted to get for a long time. I'm still on the hunt for an OG copy, don't get me wrong. I wanted to get it. But it got reissued. And like their previous albums, Nuclear Blast Records, got the rights for purchased the catalog from this band. And I'm talking about Testament. And this is Practice What You Preach. It finally came out. I got my copy the other day. And this is on Orange and Bone Swirl vinyl. The only thing that I hate about all these reissues, it happens everywhere, not only Nuclear Blast. Even Music on Vinyl does that. Friday Music does that. Even Real Gun Music does that. It's not the cover's not just like the original cover from the original, the original version, the OG copy. This one is kind of, I don't know, dull, flat. It's not that bright. I don't know. I compared with some pictures online, OG, and it's kind of different. But I can't wait to spin it. A lot of people be complaining that these Nuclear Blasts don't sound as good as the original copies. I cannot say because I do not own any of them. I only own the reissues. I have the Legacy, and I have the New Order. Now I have Practice What You Preach. I cannot wait for them to reissue the rest, especially the Ritual. I would like to get that one. But I'm still very happy I have at least this on vinyl and official reissue. But like I said, I'm still on the hunt for an original Megaforce pressing. That's what I really want to get. Like I said, it's my favorite Testament album and the one that introduced me to the band. Okay, so more Grails I'm going to show you. This one was on top of my list for a long time. I first learned about this band because of Aaron. Aaron is the master of hero, glam, metal, hard rock, you name it. He really knows his stuff, and that guy has amazing taste. I admire him so much, and thanks to him, I have learned about many awesome bands that I totally missed out back in the early '90s, and this is one of them. And I'm talking about Every Mother's Nightmare. Great album, great band, and I'm so freaking happy I have it. I finally found a near mint copy. Usually I seen these copies online go out for a lot of money, and it's usually beat up, a lot of ringwear, stuff like that. But thankfully I found a decent price, less than $100 to say, for this album, and I'm so happy I got it. So another one to add to my Grail collection. Okay, this one is another Grail, but this is a soundtrack to a movie that I really enjoyed back when it came out in the 80s. Back in the 80s, these guys were huge. They they had a couple of movies, but this is one of my top favorite. My favorite of this duo. I'll talk about the two Corys. This is License to Drive, and this is a Gold Label promo. Another one that I found pretty cheap online, and it's like near mint. And like I said, it's a Gold Label promo right there, and it has hype sticker. And I'm so happy I have this one. Great songs. And I'm going to show you a very funny story. There's a song in this album from a glam hair metal band that I never heard of before, and when I got the Mother's Every Mother's Nightmare album, I got it on Discogs overseas, and to get free shipping I need to buy one more album, so I did. And this was the other one that I got from that same seller. And it is a band I never heard before. Like I said, they have the song in that soundtrack. And I learned about it after I bought it. I bought the soundtrack, this album first, then I bought the soundtrack. And when I started playing it back to back, I was like, whoa, there's a song from this album and that soundtrack. And I'm talking about Slave Rider. Oh, Slave Raider, I'm sorry. This is also a Gold Label promo. Right there, see? And I also have a hype sticker. And there is a song here that is on that soundtrack. It's, what could it, a coincidence of like, wow, what are the odds? Like, I bought this as a blind buy because I needed to get free shipping for the other album. And there's a song from this band on the soundtrack. And this is, let me see right here. Okay, it's Make Some Noise. That's the song. Make Some Noise, and it's in this album. And I'm not mistaken, I think this is their debut album. I'm not sure, because I never heard of this band before. This came out in 1988. So probably Aaron, he knows a lot about these bands. These obscure bands. Probably he has heard of them before. I don't know. Let me know, Aaron, if you know about this band. So yeah. Make Some Noise. It's a great song. You can find out there's a video on YouTube, and you can check it out. They look kind of like Twisted Sister-ish, something like that. But yeah, it's still good. Okay. Now I want to show you some Japanese pressings that I got. I always get these Japanese pressing off a Facebook group. The guy sells them super cheap, and I'm very happy I have found that source. So I have here 3 Japanese pressings. First one I'm going to show you is one of my favorite albums from this band from the 80s. And this is my #1 favorite album from this band. I'm talking about Heart. This is Heart's self-titled. When this album came out in the 80s, I thought it was a new band. I thought this was their debut. I never knew that they had stuff back in the 70s. That is also good. But then I learned that they also have. I was a kid back then, you know. I wasn't too knowledgeable about music back then. I only went with what I heard on the radio. But anyway, and this is a near mint copy on Japanese pressing with Obi. There's another version of this album in Japanese. This have a different Obi. The guy who sold it to me said that this one is harder to get, this kind of this type of obi, than the regular one. I'm not sure if this is the original. I know in Japan they also reissue. They tend to change the obis from original copy and a reissue, so I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm so happy. It's a mint copy. Love this album. I have a reissue. I have a OG copy or US copy. Now I have the Japanese. I think I also have it in the CD. I'm not sure. Next is another awesome album from them, from Heart. This is their follow-up to that one, and it's it's just as good as the one that I showed. And I'm talking about Bad Animals Japanese pressing. And I was so glad I saw this. He was selling also very cheap, and like I mentioned a lot of times here in the channel, I love Japanese pressings because some of them bring a lot of stuff that the original US pressings never have. This one has a poster that I'm going to show you right now here. It's very big, and it also comes with a 45-inch, and it's a Live in Japan 1986. I haven't heard it yet, but it's right there. And here's the poster. So I'm pretty happy I got that one. And last but not least, I have John Cougar Mellencamp Scarecrow Japanese pressing. Another one that I really enjoy. My favorite is American Fool. This one comes in second. I pretty love this one also. But yeah. Well, guys, that's all I'm going to show you for today. I hope you liked what I showed. And I still need to do more videos. I've been very busy with my family and stuff, so I'll gonna try to keep up making better videos than just showing vinyl stuff, music finds, stuff like that. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great week, and like I always say, rock on. Take care, guys. Bye bye.